What's up, guys? So, this week we've had quite a lot of DC news drop this week. I know I've been kind of busy with other videos this week, but I thought I would save all this news that I've dropped for DC. I just save it for one big video. I just talk about it in one video, to be honest. Because obviously we've done quite a lot with Marvel Rivals this week and that. So, yeah, just wanted to get that out of the way first, and then obviously we can focus on DC news that has dropped this week. So, yeah, we've got a few bits of news to talk about. Yeah, so let's crack on with it. So, one of the biggest things that's dropped this week was probably the most recent bit of news. It's been reported that the main villain of Man of Tomorrow is indeed going to be Brainiac. Now, I have been wanting Brainiac for a very long time. Like, we've only seen him in animation and TV and that, and I've just wanted Brainiac. He was originally almost in the Superman movie, um, that we learned from like behind the scenes featurettes and that, of storyboards and that, so that's really cool. But I think it's just a no-brainer to have Brainiac as the next villain, because obviously we know that Superman and Lex are going to be teaming up against a greater threat, and it just makes sense with Brainiac. And they might be making like Brainiac the owner of Salvation instead of Darkseid, maybe, because we know that Peacemaker Season 2 is apparently setting up Man of Tomorrow, so, because obviously we had Lex Luthor show up in Peacemaker Season 2, which is pretty cool. But yeah, who's going to play Brainiac? I don't know. I've seen loads of fan castings, to be honest, and they're all pretty good, to be fair. But we will just have to wait and see. But yeah, that is my thoughts on the main villain for Man of Tomorrow, really. But yeah, talking of other Superman related sort of news, we're getting a spin off show for Jimmy Olsen. It's reportedly being called DC Crime, and it's going to follow Jimmy Olsen and I presume other members of the Daily Planet team we met in the Superman movie, basically investigating supervillains, and it is going to feature Gorilla Grodd, which is really cool. Now, am I excited? Oh man, I'm excited for the Daily Planet, like Jimmy Olsen make it in the style of The Office. That would be really cool. Like, investigating like supervillains. But yeah, I want to see Jimmy risen up all these women that he's apparently pulling. But yeah, and maybe we'll get more interactions with him and Miss Tessmacher. And I hope we get to see a bit more of the Daily Planet team, like Cat Grant and Steve Lombard and the rest of the team as well. Because that was one of the things I wish they kind of improved on in the movie, was more time with the Daily Planet team. But yeah, Jimmy Olsen spin-off is going to be really cool, and it's going to feature Gorilla Grodd as one of the main villains. Now, we've already had Gorilla Grodd's appearance already appear in the DCU, as we saw it in the like Future Vision that Cersei showed Amanda Waller, of like where we see all the dead like heroes, basically, of like the princess of Pokalistan, I think it was called, in the country that was in Creature Commandos. Yeah, Princess Rustifik or something, I think her name was. Where in the future she was teaming up with Gorilla Grodd, which is really interesting. But yeah, so we've already had the debut of Gorilla Grodd in the DCU in animation. But yeah, we're going to get him in live action soon, which is going to be really cool. I would love to see how they're going to do, because obviously I loved seeing Gorilla Grodd in like the Flash TV show. and it'd be interesting to see like who the DCU Flash is going to be, if this version of Gorilla Grodd has interacted with the Flash already, or maybe the Flash isn't about yet, or who knows. Like, are we gonna have a Barry Allen or Wally West as a Flash, or Jay Garrick? Who knows? But yeah, it is mad that we're getting a Jimmy Olsen show with Gorilla Grodd before our main Justice League big hitters. But I mean, I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take anything, mate. But yeah, this is gonna be really cool. I am actually excited about this. Like, I just want to see more Grodd. Like, Grodd is such a cool villain, and Jimmy Olsen gets up to some wild stuff in his solo series in the comics. So yeah, there's that. And we've also got another show that was announced as well. So we are getting a new V for Vendetta show on HBO too. Honestly, I'm actually quite excited for this. Like, V for Vendetta had a movie years ago, and honestly, it was so peak. Honestly, it was just so good. Like, just setting, like, it's not like part of like the main DC universe, but it's just like its own thing, like an Elseworld. And I imagine this is going to be an Elseworld story, because I'll be very surprised if, because James Gunn is executive producing this as well apparently, but I will be surprised if he brings this into like the main DCU, because I would have thought this would be like an Elseworld project, kind of like the Batman. But yeah, but yeah, the movie years ago was so good, like, honestly, because it was set in like a dystopian sort of Britain, run by like fascism and all that. But yeah, it was just such a cool movie back in the day. Like, it's just so cool. And you do this on a HBO show, this could be really something special, honestly. But yeah, that is pretty much all I've got to say about V for Vendetta. Like, the book's so good, and the movie back in the day was just so good. And honestly, I can't wait for this project on a HBO show. Should be well peak. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much all the DC news we've got that come out this week. I wanted to get this all out. I thought I might as well make this into one video this week, and then just make it into like a one like news roundup video basically. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, then leave a like down below. Also, leave your thoughts down on what you think about this new V for Vendetta show, the Jimmy Olsen DC crime show, and what do you think of Brainiac being the main villain in Man of Tomorrow. Like, I believe they're going to start shooting that in April, I think I heard. But yeah, if you like this one, guys, subscribe to the channel, leave a like on that, and your thoughts down below, and I'll see you next time.